You know what AI is, but you don't know how to effectively use it in your business. You know it can help you, but you don't know how. You know you could use it to gain the advantage over your competitors, but you just don't know where to start. So, I invite you to learn about AI. Whether I can teach you or you go elsewhere, all I want for you is to understand how this technology can revolutionize your business. Since you're here, let me start you off. My name is Tom Semple, and in this video we're going to cover what is AI, how it works, how you can start using it, and the implications for the future. I'm a great believer that to effectively use something, you must first understand it. So that's what this video is for. My YouTube channel and all my resources are dedicated to teaching people like you how to use, understand, and implement AI properly into their business. This tool has helped thousands of people like you, including myself, to get more than 4 times the work done in less than half the time. So, let's get straight into it. What actually is AI? Artificial intelligence is made, would you believe it, to simulate our own learning, problem solving, and decision making. It's made to simulate our own intelligence. And this takes a lot of computing power. It's actually existed for decades, but the massive leaps in computing have allowed it to be used on a personal level for the average Joe like me and you. And it's all built on machine learning. Machine learning, you might have heard of, is basically the ability to process a massive amount of data along with the algorithms for a machine to learn from it. The first part of machine learning, due to the sheer size of the data needed to process, is called unsupervised learning. This means that the algorithm, once it's set up, is just fed data. It doesn't matter what it is, it's just fed the contents of the internet and left to work it out for itself. That's what these algorithms do. They're set up and then they just keep learning from what they've been fed, the data they've been fed, which, for the case of LLMs, is the entire internet. Machine learning is a whole other topic in itself. This is just the tip of the iceberg to help you understand how AI works. The next step in machine learning is called fine-tuning. Once a model has gone through unsupervised learning, it then goes through the next step, fine-tuning. This is called supervised learning. The model's fed data sets that are adapted and changed by data scientists to give it more structure. When the model's learned everything that the data scientists need it to, it becomes a large language model, or LLM for short. LLMs are models created by data scientists, and once they leave the lab, they aren't capable of learning more. That's why companies like Anthropic and OpenAI are always releasing new models. These models have to be updated to keep them relevant, to keep them knowing what's going on, and to make them faster and better. You can technically train an LLM yourself, but more on that later. Large language model is a more exact term. For example, GPT-4o is an LLM, while your granny's 10-year-old iPad or Facebook's algorithm uses AI. How does it actually work though? LLMs use a system called next token prediction, which I like to say is predictive text on steroids. A token is somewhere in between a character and a word, and AI thinks in terms of tokens. Using the training data, the large language model decides on what token is coming next. This is why it's like predictive text. It's just predicting what is most likely to come next based on what it's learned and the context it's saying it in. Each possible token is given a percentage. So it's deciding from this list of percentages. Like 99% it'll pick this, 1%, half a percentage it'll pick this, 0.25% it'll pick this. And this is why it can randomly give something that makes absolutely no sense. It all depends on the percentages of the next token. This is why it's crazy to think that they're sentient. It doesn't have feelings. It can't make decisions to destroy the world. All it wants to do is help you by predicting the next token. If you look here on this example, you can see the little circle moving across the screen. This little circle here is basically where it's predicting the next token. If you slowed it down, you'd be able to see that the next token is jumping out. How can you make it better? You've already got the entire knowledge of all recorded history at your fingertips. But how can we make that better? If you imagine an LLM as a generalist, they're a good all-rounder. To make it better at a certain task, you have to give it specific instructions, or specific information, or an action where it can do something else. And this ties into the three main ways that you can make an LLM better. Prompting, which is giving it instructions. So you've got system prompt, which is like the instructions for the whole AI. It'll always use those instructions. Every time you give something to an LLM, it's prompting it, whether it's an image or a text, adding a knowledge base. So that's adding a database of information, or adding an action, which is giving it something to do. I like to think of it like clay. You can mold it into a specific use case. If you imagine you had a block of clay, you could use that to create a teapot or a teacup, which makes it much easier to drink coffee. What can it do for us? There are some incredibly exciting things that AI is going to change in the near future. I like to think of AI automations as employees. You will have your real workforce to focus on the important creative thinking tasks, and you'll have your AI workforce to do the dirty work. You have to remember that this is an industry. It's not some weird trend that's going to fall off. It's an industry. It's applicable to almost everything in the world. Every business can benefit from using AI somehow, and that is why I love it. The AI versus the real workforce. First of all, it's not about us versus them. A lot of people would like you to think that because of the immense power that AI has. The reality is that the better these LLMs, tools, prompts get, the easier it is to make your dreams real. We live in such an incredible time. Our dreams have never been easier to achieve. Now is the time to learn. Not tomorrow, now. You've got the entire of history literally at your fingertips. All you have to do is ask. Now is the time to use this to your advantage. In the very near future, there'll be a time when you can go on a website and you can ask a LLM to create you literally anything you want. You're not happy with how Notion works? You want a new feature? You could just create it. That's the reality for these things. If that's the only thing that you get from this video, then so be it. AI in the future. AI is going to take our job, is the thing that everyone is scared of. The media in general has done a pretty good job of scaring people, but that's what they do best, and that's how their business model works. AI will replace the boring and tedious jobs, which will leave the tasks for the thinkers, for the creative people. It's about that gap between when you have a dream and when you can do it, and it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Every time that this technology gets advanced, that takes you a step closer to being able to create literally anything you want. Changes. Yes, there will be massive changes, but that is how the world works. Think about the internet and websites. They put people out of jobs when they first started, and they still put people out of jobs now. But they make it easier to access information. They make it easier to find out if shops are open. They make it able for you to contact somebody on the other side of the world in seconds. Change is an inevitable fact of life. And this is just another one of those pieces of technology that will change everybody's world. But it's a fact of life. Charles Darwin said, "It's not the strongest or the smartest species that survive. It's the ones that are most adaptable to change." So you have to remember, it's not here to threaten us. It's here to improve our lives. It's here to work with us, not against us. It's a tool that we can use. It's something you can add to your toolkit that will make your business so much more efficient, so much more effective. The best way to prepare for upcoming change is to learn about it. And on top of that, is to use it yourself to your own advantage. What we've got over AI. You have to remember that we have the original intelligence. AI can't ever match that. LLMs are trained on everything that has ever happened. Your aspirations, your ideas, your dreams, they haven't happened yet. You can't compare them at the same level. There's going to be things that AI will be better than us, and already is better than us at. But there's going to be things that we have. We have emotions, we have intuition, we have things that make us human that we have. This is what we've got over AI. And it won't ever be better than us because of that. You can't think about it as us versus them. We're a team. We work together. You need to understand this. Just remember, the AI ain't got shit on you. You don't have to be scared of it. Subscribe if you want, but more importantly, keep learning, take action, and invest in yourself. Thanks for watching.